They call me Vincenzo Russo, the Iron Dawn. For 20 years, I've controlled this city's underworld with an iron fist. My word is law. My enemies disappear. My empire stretches from the docks to City Hall, and everyone, cops, politicians, businessmen, they all bow when I enter a room. I built this kingdom from nothing, clawing my way up from the streets where I grew up hungry and angry. Tonight, I sit in my penthouse office, overlooking the city lights. My lieutenants surround me. Marco, my enforcer, Angelo, my accountant, Sal, who runs the dock operations. We're discussing a problem. A small bakery on 10th Street refuses to pay protection money. The owner, some old man named Giuseppe, thinks he's brave. Boss, we've been patient, Marco says, cracking his knuckles. 3 warnings. He still won't pay. I take a slow sip of my whiskey. Then make an example. Burn it down tomorrow night. Make sure he watches. The men nod. This is business. This is how empires survive. You show weakness once, and vultures circle. As they leave, I stand at the window. My reflection stares back. Cold eyes, expensive suit, a face that hasn't smiled genuinely in decades. This is who I am. This is who I chose to be. And I have no regrets. The next evening, I decide to watch the job myself. I rarely do this anymore, but Giuseppe's defiance irritated me personally. I want to see his face when his life's work burns. Marco drives me to 10th Street in my black Mercedes. We park across the street from the bakery, hidden in shadows. Through the window, I see Giuseppe closing up. He's 70 if he's a day, moving slowly, carefully stacking chairs. A small girl, maybe 8 years old, helps him. She wears a faded pink dress and has dark curls tied with a ribbon. His granddaughter, Boss, should we wait until she leaves? Marco asks. I wave dismissively. She'll be gone soon. Giuseppe lives above the shop. He'll get them both out when he smells smoke. Marco lights a cigarette, waiting for my signal. The little girl laughs at something Giuseppe says. The sound carries through the quiet street, pure, innocent, completely unaware that in 30 minutes, everything she knows will be ashes. I tell myself this is necessary. This is business. But something uncomfortable twists in my chest. I ignore it. I've ignored feelings for 20 years. Marco and 2 others move toward the bakery's back entrance. They carry gasoline cans. I watch from the car, emotionless. This is routine. I've ordered worse. But then the little girl appears at the front window. She's waving at someone outside, probably saying goodbye to Giuseppe. She presses her face against the glass, breath fogging it up. She draws a smiley face in the condensation. Then she sees me. Our eyes meet across the street. She doesn't know who I am, but she smiles, a big, gap-toothed smile, and waves. I don't wave back. I just stare. She keeps waving, thinking I'm just some man in a car. Innocent. Trusting. After a moment, Giuseppe calls her away from the window. She disappears inside. My phone buzzes. Marco texting, ready to light it? My fingers hover over the keyboard. I should type go. 2 letters. Simple. But that smile, that wave, something inside me cracks. For the first time in 20 years, I hesitate. I text back, wait. Marco's confused reply comes immediately, boss? I don't respond. I sit in the dark car, hands trembling slightly. What's wrong with me? I was 8 years old when my father died. He was a baker too, owned a small shop in Little Italy. One night, men came demanding money he didn't have. They beat him in front of me and my mother. 3 days later, he died from internal bleeding. I swore that day I'd never be powerless again. I'd never let anyone take from me. I'd be the one others feared. I built my empire on that promise, and it cost me everything soft inside me. My wife left 10 years ago, taking our daughter, Sophia. I haven't seen Sophia since she was 7. Now, sitting in this car, that little girl's smile brings it all back. Sophia used to smile like that. She used to wave at strangers, believing everyone was good. I destroyed that innocence when she saw me hurt the man who owed me money. She was 6. She screamed and screamed. My phone buzzes again. Marco, boss, Giuseppe is leaving. Girl going upstairs. Perfect timing. I stare at the message. I think about Sophia, wherever she is now, 17, probably hating me. I think about my father's bakery, burning in my memory. I type, stand down. Jobs cancelled. There's a long pause. Then, boss, you sure? I respond, I said stand down. Everyone leave. Now. I don't go home. I drive aimlessly through the city, mind racing. What did I just do? I canceled a hit over a smile? Over a memory? My reputation is built on being ruthless, unmovable. If word spreads that Vincenzo Russo went soft, I'm finished. But I can't shake the image of that little girl. Her innocence. I remember Sophia's face the day Elena took her away. You're a monster, Vincenzo, Elena had said. And I won't let you turn our daughter into one too. At 3 a.m., I return to the penthouse. Angelo is waiting in my office, looking nervous. Boss, Marco told me what happened. The men are confused. Giuseppe still hasn't paid. If we don't, I cut him off. I'll handle Giuseppe personally tomorrow. Angelo frowns. Handle him how? I pour myself a drink. I'll have a conversation. Man to man. Angelo looks like I just spoke a foreign language. In my world, conversations end with broken bones or worse. He leaves, clearly uncertain. I sit alone, staring at an old photo on my desk, the only one I kept. Sophia at age 5, holding my hand, laughing. I haven't looked at it in years. The next morning, I do something I haven't done in decades. I walk into Giuseppe's bakery as a customer. The bell above the door chimes. Giuseppe looks up from behind the counter, his weathered face cautious. He recognizes me. Everyone in this neighborhood knows my face. Mr. Russo, he says quietly. His hands shake slightly. The little girl, I learn her name is Lucia, sits at a small table doing homework. She looks up and her face lights up. You're the man from the car. Hi. Giuseppe pales. Lucia, go upstairs. But she doesn't move. Grandpa, he looks sad. Are you sad, mister? She tilts her head, studying me with those innocent eyes. I open my mouth to speak, but nothing comes out. Giuseppe steps forward. Mr. Russo, please. I'll find the money. Just give me time. Don't hurt my granddaughter. The word hurt hits me like a punch. Is that what I am? Someone who hurts grandfathers in front of children? Someone whose very presence terrifies innocent people? Lucia looks between us, confused. Grandpa, why are you scared? I swallow hard. I'm not here to hurt anyone, I say, my voice rough. Giuseppe doesn't believe me. Why would he? I sit down heavily at Lucia's table. She stares at me, curious but unafraid. Why does Grandpa owe you money? She asks. Giuseppe tries to shush her, but I raise a hand. Because I provide protection, I say carefully. Lucia frowns. Like a superhero? Despite everything, I almost laugh. Not exactly. She considers this. Superheroes don't make people scared. They make people safe. You should be like them. Her simple logic cuts through 20 years of justification. Giuseppe watches nervously. I look at him. The debt is forgiven. You don't owe me anything. Giuseppe's mouth falls open. What? You heard me. No more payments. No more protection fees. You're done. I stand to leave. Lucia jumps up. Wait, do you want a cookie? Grandpa makes the best cookies. She holds out a chocolate chip cookie, still warm. Her eyes are hopeful, eager to share something good. I take it, my hand dwarfing hers. Thank you, Lucia. She beams. As I walk out, I hear her tell Giuseppe, see? He's not mean. He just needed a cookie. Outside, I sit in my car and stare at the cookie. Then, inexplicably, I start crying. Word spreads fast in my organization. Vincenzo Russo forgave a debt. Vincenzo Russo cried in his car. By evening, my phone explodes with calls. Marco shows up at my penthouse, angry. Boss, what the hell is happening? The men are talking. They're saying you've gone soft. I pour myself a scotch, hand steadier now. Maybe I have. Marco's eyes widen. You can't be serious. Boss, if the other families hear about this, if Castellano finds out you're weak, they'll move on us. Everything we built will collapse. In this world, weakness is death. But I think about Lucia's smile, her simple kindness. I think about Sophia, lost to me because I chose power over humanity. Marco, when's the last time someone gave you something without wanting anything back? He stares at me like I'm insane. What? I take a sip. That little girl gave me a cookie. Just because. No angle, no manipulation, no fear. Just kindness. When did we forget what that feels like? Marco shakes his head. Boss, you're scaring me. This isn't you. I meet his eyes. Maybe it should be. He leaves, slamming the door. I know what's coming. Loyalty in my world lasts exactly as long as strength does. The next morning, I visit my lawyer. Tony, I need you to look into something. My daughter, Sophia. Find her. I need to know she's okay. Tony adjusts his glasses nervously. Boss, your ex-wife has a restraining order. You can't. I don't want to contact her. I just need to know Sophia's safe. That she's happy. Can you do that? Tony nods slowly. I'll make some calls. As I leave his office, I feel lighter somehow. 20 years of running from my past, and one little girl's tears, her grandfather's tears, broke through my armor. But my world doesn't forgive change. That afternoon, I'm summoned to a meeting with the 5 families, the ruling council of our organization. They meet in a private room at Salvatore's restaurant. 5 old men who've run this city's underworld for 40 years. Don Castellano, the eldest, speaks first. Vincenzo, we've heard disturbing rumors. You canceled an enforcement action. You forgave a debt publicly. Explain yourself. The room is silent, waiting. These men can order my death with a nod. I could lie. I could spin this. Instead, I tell the truth. I met a child who reminded me that we're human. That we have a choice. Don Castellano's face darkens. A choice? We don't have choices, Vincenzo. We have rules. We have order. What you did shows weakness, and weakness spreads like disease. The other Dons murmur agreement. I stand my ground. What if our order is wrong? What if we're just glorified thugs terrorizing old men and scaring children? The room erupts. Don Marino slams his fist on the table. How dare you? We built this city. We provide structure, protection. Protection. I interrupt. Giuseppe didn't want our protection. We forced it on him. We're parasites. The room goes deathly quiet. I've crossed a line. Don Castellano stands slowly. Vincenzo, you're relieved of your territories. Effective immediately. Your men will be reassigned. I knew this was coming, but it still stings. 20 years of building, gone in minutes. And if I refuse? Don Castellano's smile is cold. Then we'll handle you the way we handle all problems. Permanently. I walk out of that room knowing I'm a dead man walking. In my car, my phone rings. It's Tony. Boss, I found Sophia. She's at NYU, studying social work. She's happy, boss. Clean, healthy, doing well. Tears blur my vision. Thank you, Tony. He hesitates. Boss, the word's out. There's a contract on you. I have maybe 48 hours before someone tries to kill me. I should run, disappear, use my offshore accounts to vanish into Europe or South America. Instead, I drive to Giuseppe's bakery. It's evening, almost closing time. Lucia is helping her grandfather again, sweeping the floor. When I enter, Giuseppe freezes. Mr. Russo. I hold up my hands. I'm not here for business. I need to tell you something. There might be trouble coming. Men might come looking for me, and if they do, they might ask about you. Tell them you don't know me. Tell them I threatened you. Whatever keeps you safe. Giuseppe's eyes narrow. Are you in danger? I laugh bitterly. Because I chose not to hurt you. Lucia stops sweeping. The bad men are after you because you were nice to us? Her eyes fill with tears. That's not fair. Her emotion hits me harder than any threat. She's crying for me, a monster who almost burned down her home. Lucia, It's okay. This is my choice. I'm finally doing the right thing. She runs over and hugs my leg, sobbing. You can't let them hurt you. You're good now. You gave Grandpa his shop. I kneel down, I level with her. You did this, you know. You reminded me what matters. Giuseppe makes me sit down. He brings out bread, cheese, wine. If you're going to die, you should eat first, he says simply. It's the most Italian thing I've ever heard, and despite everything, I smile. We eat together, Giuseppe, Lucia, and me. She chatters about school, her friends, her favorite books. Giuseppe tells stories about the old neighborhood before my organization took over. It used to be different, he says softly. People looked out for each other. Not because they were forced to, but because it was right. I remember, I say. My father's bakery was 3 blocks from here. Before the families took over, before everything became about territory and control. Giuseppe's eyes widen. Antonio Russo was your father? I knew him. Good man. Terrible what happened. We sit in silence, sharing grief across decades. Lucia climbs into my lap, something no one has done in years. Mr. Vincenzo, if you stop being bad, will the bad men leave you alone? I don't think it works that way, Piccola. She thinks hard. Then you have to be so good that everyone sees it. Like superheroes. They have to prove they're good before people trust them. Her child logic is surprisingly sound. And how do I prove I'm good? She grins. Help people. Save the day. I leave Giuseppe's bakery with an idea forming. If I'm going to die anyway, I might as well burn my empire to the ground first. I call Angelo, the only lieutenant I trust. Meet me at the warehouse. Come alone. An hour later, Angelo arrives, nervous. Boss, there's a contract out. Marco's taken over your territory. Castellano's crew is hunting you. I nod. I know. That's why I need your help with something. All our records, the books, the blackmail files, the evidence on every politician and cop we own. Where is it? Angelo pales. Boss, that's our insurance. If that gets out, the entire organization collapses. The FBI will have everything they need. Every corrupt official, every dirty deal, every murder. All of it. Angelo steps back. You want to destroy us? Boss, they'll kill you for sure. I smile grimly. They're going to kill me anyway. But if I'm going down, I'm taking everyone with me. Think of all the people we've hurt, Angelo. All the families destroyed. The kids growing up afraid. We can end it. He stares at me for a long moment. Then slowly he nods. My daughter asked me last week what I do for work. I lied to her, boss. I couldn't tell her the truth. For the next 24 hours, Angelo and I work in secret. We compile everything, decades of records, offshore accounts, names, dates, crimes. We organize it into files the FBI can actually use. We include evidence against ourselves too. I'm not looking for immunity. I'm looking for justice. As dawn breaks, we're finished. Angelo looks exhausted. Boss, once we hand this over, there's no going back. Every family will want us dead. Every cop we exposed will want revenge. We'll spend the rest of our lives in prison, if we survive that long. I think about Lucia's tears. About Sophia studying social work, trying to heal the world her father helped break. Some things are worth dying for. I call an FBI agent I've had in my pocket for years, Agent Rodriguez. Meet me at Pier 19. Alone. I have something for you. And Rodriguez? Come clean. This is your chance to fix what you've done too. At the pier, Rodriguez arrives looking suspicious. I hand him 3 encrypted drives. Everything you need to dismantle the 5 families. Including evidence of your own corruption. You can run, or you can be part of the solution. Your choice. Rodriguez stares at the drives, then at me. Why? I think of a little girl waving from a bakery window. Because someone reminded me I used to be human. Rodriguez makes his choice. Within hours, the FBI mobilizes. Raids happen simultaneously across the city. Don Castellano, Don Marino, and dozens of lieutenants are arrested. Corrupt cops, judges, city officials, all swept up. The news calls it the largest organized crime takedown in history. I watch it unfold from a safe house Angelo secured. My phone rings constantly, threats, pleas, confusion. Marco calls, screaming, "You betrayed us. You destroyed everything." His voice breaks. "How could you? How could I not?" I respond quietly. "We were monsters, Marco. We hurt people for money. We terrorized communities. It had to end." He hangs up. I know he'll come for me. They all will. That night, there's a knock at the door. I open it expecting assassins. Instead, it's Agent Rodriguez with 2 marshals. "Vincenzo Russo, you're under arrest." I hold out my wrists. "I know." As they cuff me, Rodriguez says quietly, "The Bureau wants to offer you witness protection in exchange for testimony." I shake my head. "No deals. I'm guilty. I'll face my sentence." Rodriguez looks surprised. "You could spend the rest of your life in prison." I think of Giuseppe and Lucia, safe now. Of Sofia, who might finally be proud of her father. I've spent the last 20 years in a prison of my own making. This is freedom. The trial is a media circus. I plead guilty to racketeering, extortion, conspiracy to commit murder. I don't fight it. My lawyer begs me to make a deal, but I refuse. In court, I give a statement. I was 8 years old when I learned that the world rewards cruelty and punishes weakness. I built an empire on that belief. I hurt people. I destroyed families. I terrorized communities. My voice cracks. Then I met a little girl who reminded me that kindness exists. That goodness is possible. She cried because she thought I might get hurt, even though I nearly destroyed her life. I look directly at the cameras. To everyone I've hurt, I can't undo what I've done. But I can stop it from continuing. That's why I gave the FBI everything. Not for a deal, not for mercy. Because it was right. The judge sentences me to 35 years. I'm 52. I'll die in prison. As they lead me away, I see Giuseppe and Lucia in the courtroom. Lucia is crying, but she waves. I wave back. In that moment, I feel something I haven't felt in decades. Peace. Prison is exactly as terrible as expected. I'm in protective custody. Too many people want me dead. My cell is 8 by 10 feet. I spend 23 hours a day alone. The guards treat me like garbage. I deserve it. But I have a routine. I wake at 5. I exercise. I read books I should have read years ago about redemption, morality, change. I write letters to Sofia through Tony, not expecting responses. I just want her to know I'm trying to be better. 3 months in, I get a letter. It's from Giuseppe. Lucia drew a picture, me with a cape, labeled Mr. Vincenzo the Hero. Inside, Giuseppe writes, "The neighborhood is safer now. Businesses are thriving. People smile again. Lucia asks about you constantly. She wants you to know she prays for you every night." I cry reading it. A hardened inmate passing my cell mutters, "Iron Dawn's gone soft." I don't care. Let them think I'm weak. I've learned that strength and cruelty aren't the same thing. Another month passes. Then a miracle, a letter from Sofia. My hands shake opening it. "Dad, I saw your trial. I saw what you did. I'm not ready to forgive everything, but I'm willing to talk. If you want." I write back immediately, tears staining the paper. Sofia visits me 6 months into my sentence. She's 17, beautiful, looks like her mother. We sit across from each other in the visiting room, separated by plexiglass. For 5 minutes, neither of us speaks. Finally, she says, "Why'd you do it? Give everything up." I choose my words carefully. I met a little girl who showed me kindness I didn't deserve. She reminded me of you, before I ruined everything. I realized I could either die a monster or try to become human again. Sofia's eyes fill with tears. "You killed people, Dad. You destroyed lives." I nod. "I know. And I'll spend the rest of my life paying for it. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I just needed you to know that you didn't have a monster for a father. You had a man who became a monster and is trying to find his way back." She wipes her eyes. "Mom says I shouldn't visit you." That you'll manipulate me. I lean forward. Your mother is right to protect you. Sophia, if these visits hurt you, stop coming. I mean it. I want you to be happy, even if that means I'm not part of your life. She considers this. I'm studying social work because of you. I want to help kids who grow up around violence, who think it's normal. I want to break cycles. My heart swells with pride and grief. You're already a better person than I ever was. Over the next year, Sophia visits monthly. Our relationship slowly rebuilds, not to what it was, but to something new and honest. She tells me about school, her dreams of opening a community center. I tell her about prison life, the men I've met who regret their choices. I also get letters from unexpected people. Giuseppe writes regularly, updating me on Lucia. She's 10 now, doing well in school. She still talks about me. She says you're proof people can change, Giuseppe writes. She wants to work with criminals when she grows up, help them find redemption. Agent Rodriguez visits once. The takedown from your evidence, it's still unfolding. We've dismantled 3 more organizations using the connections you provided. Hundreds of arrests. You've saved lives, Russo. I don't feel like a hero. I'm just a man trying to do one decent thing after decades of evil. But maybe that's enough. Maybe redemption isn't about erasing the past. It's about choosing differently going forward. One day, a new inmate arrives. Marco, my old enforcer. He's assigned to the same block. During yard time, he confronts me. You destroyed everything. My family. My life. Everyone I knew is in prison or dead because of you. I don't defend myself. You're right. And I'm sorry. Marco wants to fight. Other inmates form a circle, expecting violence. Marco throws the first punch, catching my jaw. I don't fight back. I just take it. He hits me again. And again. The guards don't intervene, they're curious to see how this plays out. After the 5th punch, Marco stops, breathing hard. Why won't you fight? Blood drips from my split lip. Because you're right to be angry. I destroyed your life. You deserve to hit me. Marco stares at me, confused and furious. I should kill you. I meet his eyes calmly. If that's what you need, do it. But Marco, killing me won't fix anything. It won't undo what we did. It won't bring back the people we hurt. His hands shake. Then what do? How do I live with what we've done? I spit blood. You choose to be better. That's all we can do now. Choose differently. Marco breaks down crying. In prison, showing emotion is dangerous, but he can't stop. I have a daughter I'll never see grow up because of this life. Because of what we did. I put my hand on his shoulder. Then be different for her. Be the man she deserves. The guards finally intervene, breaking us up. But something shifts. Marco doesn't hate me anymore. He just hates what we became. Years pass. I'm 57 now. Sophia visits every month without fail. She graduated college, opened her community center. She brings photos, kids learning, healing, growing. This is because of you, she says. Your choice inspired me. Giuseppe writes less, he's getting older. But Lucia, now 14, writes constantly. She's decided to become a lawyer to help reform the justice system. You showed me that people can change, she writes. I want to create systems that believe in change too. Marco and I become unlikely friends in prison. We attend the same therapy groups, working through our guilt. We talk about the lives we destroyed and what we can do now. We volunteer in the prison literacy program, teaching younger inmates to read. One day, Sophia brings someone to visit, her mother, Elena. My ex-wife looks older but still beautiful. She sits down across from me, studying my face. Sophia asked me to come. She says you've changed. I nod slowly. I'm trying. It doesn't erase what I did to you, to our family. Elena's voice is quiet. No, it doesn't. But Sophia believes in you. That means something. We talk for an hour. Not about reconciliation, that ship sailed long ago. But about closure. About understanding. When she leaves, she says, "Thank you for finally being the man I hoped you could be. Even if it came too late for us." I'm 60 now. I've served 8 years. I have 27 left. Sophia is engaged to a good man who knows everything about me and loves her anyway. Lucia is in law school. Giuseppe passed away peacefully last year. I cried for days. The warden calls me to his office. Russo, you have a visitor. Not on your approved list. I walk to the visiting room, confused. Sitting there is Don Castellano's grandson, Anthony. He's young, maybe 25. My grandfather died in prison last year, he says without preamble. Before he died, he sent me a letter. He said you were right, that our life was poison. He said to tell you, he wished he'd had your courage. I'm stunned. Don Castellano said that? Anthony nods. The organization is finished. Most of us are dead or in prison. The few who remain are trying to go legitimate. Your testimony destroyed the 5 families completely. He leans forward. I hated you for years. Blamed you for everything. But then I saw what you built. The community programs funded by your seized assets, the reforms you pushed for. You destroyed an empire of evil and used the ashes to build something good. He stands to leave, then pauses. My cousin was killed in gang violence when he was 16. Part of the life. If you hadn't torn it all down, I probably would have ended up dead too. So, thank you. More years pass. I'm 65. I've served 13 years. My health is failing, decades of stress and violence catching up. Sophia visits with her 2 children, my grandchildren. They're 4 and 6, innocent and beautiful. The oldest, a girl named Lucia after the child who saved me, climbs onto my lap during the visit. Grandpa, Mommy says you made big mistakes but you fixed them. I smile. I'm trying, sweet girl. She hugs me tight. That's all anybody can do, right? Try. Out of the mouths of children. Sophia watches us, tears in her eyes. Dad, I'm proud of you. I know I don't say it enough, but I am. Those words mean everything. I've spent 13 years in prison, will spend many more. But in this moment, I feel successful. Not because I built an empire. Because I destroyed it. Because I chose humanity over power. Marco visits me that evening in my cell. He's being released next month, served his sentence, earned parole. What will you do? I ask. He smiles. My daughter's letting me meet my grandson. I'm going to be the grandfather I never got to be as a father. He looks at me seriously. Boss, I mean Vincenzo, what you did that night, canceling the hit on Giuseppe's bakery, that started everything. One choice. One moment of humanity. It brought down an empire and saved hundreds of lives. I'm 68. My doctor says I have maybe a year left. Cancer, they tell me. The warden offers compassionate release. I refuse. I earned this sentence. I'll serve it. But they release me anyway on medical grounds. Sophia picks me up. We drive past Giuseppe's old bakery. It's now a community center, funded by seized mob assets. Lucia helped design it, Sophia says. She named it Giuseppe's Place. We stop. Lucia, now 22, a lawyer working for criminal justice reform, is there teaching a class to at-risk youth. When she sees me, she runs over. Mr. Vincenzo. She hugs me carefully, mindful of my frail state. I told them about you today, she says, gesturing to the teenagers. How one choice can change everything. How it's never too late to choose differently. The kids look skeptical. One asks, were you really a mob boss? I nod. I was. And I hurt a lot of people. I can't undo that. But when I met Lucia here, when she showed me kindness I didn't deserve, I realized I could stop. I could choose to be better. Another kid asks, was it worth it? Prison, losing everything? I look at Sophia, at Lucia, at the community center built from the ruins of my empire. Just 1,000 times yes. I spend my final months with family. Sophia's children visit constantly. I tell them stories, not about the empire, but about their great-grandfather's bakery, about kindness, about second chances. Lucia visits weekly, bringing legal briefs she's working on, asking my opinion on reform policies. One evening as the sun sets, I sit with Sophia on her porch. Do you think Grandpa Russo would be proud? She asks, meaning my father. I consider this. My father believed in honest work, in helping neighbors, in being good. I spent 40 years doing the opposite. But these last 15 years, maybe he'd understand why I finally chose right. Sophia takes my hand. Lucia, the little girl, she's speaking at a conference next month about the power of compassion. They asked if you'd join her via video. I'm too weak to attend in person. I'd be honored. That night, I write one final letter. It's to every person I hurt, every family I destroyed. I can't send it to them all. Many are dead, many would never want to hear from me. But I write it anyway. I'm sorry. I can't fix what I broke. But I want you to know that in the end, love won. A child's tears, a granddaughter's kindness, a daughter's forgiveness. They tore down an empire built on fear. If there's any justice in this world, it's that goodness is stronger than evil. It just takes longer to win. I die 3 weeks later, surrounded by family. At my funeral, Lucia speaks. He was a bad man who chose to become good. That choice cost him everything and saved hundreds of lives. Mr. Vincenzo taught me that it's never too late. That one moment of humanity can change the world. They bury me next to Giuseppe in a simple grave. The headstone reads, Vincenzo Russo. Father, friend, redeemed. And somewhere, in a bakery-turned-community center, a little girl's smile lives on, proof that love breaks what fear builds.